Coach, I think I might have just given away one of your reactions to the way that to the way that the players were playing. The hustle that they showed today, how much did that mean to you guys, and how proud are you of this team because of that attitude?
Well, I hope it's become the fabric of just who we are. You know, every team, there's slippage, you know, but I think in particular the last two games, you know, I've just really appreciated our fight. And you know, even in moments where Nebraska obviously had the momentum, you know, we just kind of stayed the course and got the next tough rebound, or you know, executed on the other end, or got the next stop.
That shows up throughout your lineup and really your entire roster, but I don't imagine anybody does that better than Chandler. Is that fair to say?
No, she plays her ass off,
yeah,
all the time, and it's just a relentlessness about her that I think is increased, you know, especially here in this postseason. And there's times where I think the rest of our team feeds off of it. You know, I didn't like our energy at a certain moment in the second half. I didn't like our facial expressions, and we talked about it in a timeout, and hey, we got to fix our face, and you know, surely we're not tired, you know. Let's all just kind of feed off Chandler here and get ourselves back going.
I remember when you got her out of high school, and you know, you obviously thought it was a big get then and all that stuff, and then what she's been through. Did you know then that she'd be this type of player that she is today, or has that been a transition and part of her journey that's kind of transformed her into that?
I thought she could be.
Okay.
I still don't know what position she is.
Yeah.
You know, we kind of move her all over the place. When Wybette got in foul trouble, she played on the perimeter for the first time in a long time. And that's also a credit to her IQ. You know, she never gets reps at things, and you can throw her in any situation, pretty much 1 through 4, and she's going to know what goes on. It's supposed to go on.
Brandon, how likely do you think it is that you guys host the next round?
I wish I could tell you. I have really no indication, nor does our administration. I think, you know, we've got to wait until we have an opponent, and then it'll be the same process it has been with a bid. I'm confident in telling you we're going to play Sunday or Monday. I don't know who or where.
Just based off that, Coach, asking Chandler the question of how, I guess, cool is it to have 3 straight home games in a tournament? Not many teams can say that. Does that kind of help you guys build that momentum and continue this?
Well, I think it builds momentum not only for this particular tournament in this season, but I've really appreciated our crowds. And I feel like there's some people coming to these games that maybe haven't been, you know, throughout the season. And I hope that will translate, you know, into future years, that they like what they see and that they enjoy it and they have a good experience. And I think it helps build your fan base for future seasons.
Coach, how good did it feel to avenge the triple overtime loss that you had earlier in the season, especially today in the postseason?
Well, I don't know if I would say avenge. I would say I have a lot of respect for Nebraska. I think they're damn good. They're tough, they're physical, they're hard to score against. They're disciplined, they're well coached. They have you know, an elite guard. So I would just say the I guess gratification of beating a good team.
Coach, you guys fed the post a lot today. Was there an extra emphasis to get Tiana rolling?
Yes, that's always an emphasis. I think you know, anytime that you can, I think offense is about trying to make the defense shrink, and how you do that is you attack the paint, you know, and there's a multitude of ways to do that. But as I think we saw throughout the game, when we threw it in there, they really converged and the defense shrunk, and then we were able to get some opportunities, you know, playing inside out.
Coach, we've talked here a few times about the role of the bench and how they help. It seemed like they came in some pretty key moments. Nadira coming in, you know, for Tiana and not really letting any drop and then Sophia as well. How big was that contribution from them to be able
Well,
to come in?
I think all three of them did some really significant things. Obviously, to probably fans, what Sophie and Sana did was more noticeable, but I thought Nadira was terrific, in her opportunity to contribute.
Now a couple days off, Coach. What's the message in the locker room?
Easy on a couple. We have a day off, and then once we know who our opponent is, we're going to have to practice and get ready to play here, or we're going to have to practice and potentially travel. So there's some uncertainty, but I think this time of year, and especially as many minutes as our players have been playing, we're going to play a game and take a day off and